G'day there, podcaster, giving you another montage.
I believe this is the longest one of the bunch because we do this a lot and it's because we love it. Honestly, it's something that we started doing in community radio.
Obscure celebrity connections. Now, the reason we do this every single week now is because we used to do it once every couple of months, and we always said, when we do it, we love doing it. It's always so good. And then we were like, hey, we love doing this, and it's always so good. Why don't we just do it every single week? And for me, it's made it even better because it proves how many good ones there are. And I feel like we've barely scratched the surface.
But I think we've also learnt to just pace ourselves, you know? Like, we used to put like 10 to air at once.
Yeah,
but now
true.
it's like, all right, let's just pace ourselves and just do the best.
But now you're going to get probably 50.
Yeah, you're about to be all bilious.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of obscure celebs. So hopefully you don't mind the same flavour and enjoy.
Do you have an obscure connection to a celebrity? So not just you know them, but if you've got an obscure celebrity connection.
Like maybe the hairdresser that your mum goes to, her sister is Nicole Kidman's mum or something crazy. And then you're just like, oh, wow. And then you always, you know, when your mum goes to the hairdresser, she goes, oh, did you hear about Nicole? And, you know, something like that. That would be great. That's a classic obscure celebrity connection because you've got one, Belle.
Yeah, I found out last week. So my partner, his friends, brother-in-law, his PT used to PT Russell Crowe when he was filming Gladiator.
Whoa.
I was going to say, he's not been doing much recently.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah, no, so I said the same thing because he said Russell Crowe and I went, ooh, not a good PT then.
Did you say Hugh Jackman or did you say, no, Russell? Yeah, right.
But I said, no, back in Gladiator days. And I went,
actually during Gladiator days?
Yeah.
So like
that was when he
not
was
now.
fit.
Yeah, no.
But like, so like in the lead up to the film, because I mean, that is one of the great films, isn't it?
Correct. And
Ridley
he's
Scott.
ripped.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah.
He's Maximus. What's his name again?
Aurelius.
My name is Maximus
Aurelius
Aurelius Dominus
Maximus.
something. There's a lot of
There's a lot of us's in it.
yeah.
That's a good obscure celebrity connection.
Yep, so me and Russ.
13, 24, 10, if you have one. I mean, I simply can't finish without saying mine. I do roll it out a lot. But yes, it is true. My dad's cousin is married to the cousin of former LA Lakers superstar Kobe Bryant. Obviously, it was a very sad time for our family when he passed. And yeah, I enjoyed it, you know. And he would sort of, sometimes Kobe would do that thing when he'd sort of do that Kobe fade and sort of run back and he'd look at the camera, and that was sort of to me. Or like to just the family, his big family guy.
What's the connection again?
So my dad's cousin,
Yeah.
who's Irish, lives in Ireland, is married to an American woman, African-American woman, and her maiden name is Bryant, and she's Kobe Bryant's cousin. Cool. Yeah.
Wow.
So pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
All right.
He could have, obviously not now, but I could have probably got front row for Staples Center had I been in
Courtside,
the
yeah.
it could have been courtside, Jay-Z and all that stuff.
All right, 13, 24, 10. We love doing obscure celebrity connections. Doesn't matter how big the celeb is or how small they are, the more obscure, the better.
I think the further you are away, because everyone's got one. Everyone sort of knows a celebrity somehow. The further you are away, the better. And everyone who gets on air is going straight in the draw for Nova's first class and 50K. Sinead in Melbourne, what's your obscure celebrity connection?
So I used to work with Josh Giddey's dad at Melbourne
Josh
United.
Giddey? Yeah.
Yeah, so his dad used to do all the little junior kiddie camps, and all the kids used to come. So Josh has 3 sisters as well, so they'd all come along and they'd all help out. And Josh was 12 and he was dunking on 5-year-olds and stuff like that.
I love that. Well,
that's how he got so good, because
and
he got the
that's
confidence up.
Why he's one of the best in the NBA now. Yeah, that's for sure. Megan, what about you? Your obscure celebrity connection?
So it's Luke Hodge.
Hodgie!
Yeah,
Hodgie,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So hubby plays indoor cricket with his brothers and their long-term family friends and everything.
Your husband plays indoor cricket
Hubby
with
plays
Hodgie's
indoor
family.
cricket.
Yeah.
No, the wife of one of the family friends,
Uh-huh.
her cousin is married to him.
Not bad.
That's a good
Not
one.
bad.
very good.
Mark, you have an obscure celebrity connection.
Yeah, my father from London ended up getting divorced from my mum and then getting remarried. And she was a bit of a punk rocker.
Right.
And I then found out that she was the original backing singer for Kate Bush.
Running up that hill, baby.
Very good.
There we go.
Look at the hill with heart. Pretty good. Pretty good.
She sang on that.
She did.
She was the backing singer.
Oh,
Yep.
right, on Run Up That Hill, which came
Yep.
came back in with the Stranger Things thing last
That
year.
was your stepmom, right?
That was my
Your stepmom, yeah.
She didn't do Wuthering Heights, though, did she?
hello.
Yeah, no.
Didn't do Wuthering Heights.
Okay,
Didn't
yeah.
do the real hit.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you coming on. Marlene in Sydney, what is your obscure celebrity connection?
So my dad's a tiler and he does all sorts of jobs, and he actually tiled Ricky Lee's bathroom.
Nova's very own.
Wow. That's so funny. Your dad tiled Ricky Lee's bathroom. And,
Was it
this
nice?
You can ask her.
Yeah. Did she go, I mean, I don't know if you know much about the tile job, but did Ricky go, these days they have those tiles. What are those tiles called? Ben would know.
Herringbone.
Herringbone. Gorgeous tiling work. Did he do herringbone perchance?
You're going to have to ask my dad about that. Sorry.
Oh, you're
We could
protecting the
also
secrets.
we could just
No,
ask Ricky
I mean,
as well.
Ricky, she was, we do they finish and we come on. So, if we really wanted to know, I suppose we could just ask
Marlene.
what colour tile she has.
That is a great one. Thank you so much. Emily in Melbourne, we're doing obscure celebrity connections. What's yours?
Hello. My uncle actually did work for Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
No. Doing what?
Yeah.
He's their architect. So he did work for them at their property, and their kids kept getting lost in the house. They had to redesign the house.
Is that the one that looks
That's
like a
crazy.
museum? The one that's all grey and concrete?
Yeah. Yeah, the one that's like aesthetically pleasing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Insane. So
And the kids, the house was so wild, the kids were getting lost, so they had to architecturally redesign the house so they didn't get lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Absolutely mental.
And
And he met Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner as well at one of the family parties, and they shook hands. And my uncle was like, "Sorry, who are you?" And Travis Scott was like, "You don't know who I am, mate." My uncle had no idea. So
Astro.
Whoa.
Didn't listen to Astro World, obviously.
That's crazy,
And out of interest,
Emily.
Emily, did Kim and Kanye go for the herringbone in the? Did they have what sort of colour did they have?
Emily, that's hard to beat, but if you got one, 13, 24, 10. Doesn't matter how big they are, whether they're, Kim and Kanye or they're Luke Hodge. Paige joins us now in Melbourne. Paige, you've also got a Kanye connection, is that right?
No, not Kanye. Kenny.
Kenny.
Oh.
Yeah, like the movie Kenny.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, just as good.
Yeah.
Shane Jacobson.
Yeah, well, the Australian Kanye.
Yeah, right. How's the connection there?
I don't think he wants to be told that.
My uncle was an extra in the movie. He got to meet him, but he was in there for a second, walking out of a door, and Kenny walked past.
Right. So,
Whoa.
was it a portaloo? Had he just laid a
Yeah, it
log?
was a portal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
done a perm. Yeah.
How is he an actor? How did he get that gig?
No, it was just an extra. He used to work in the industry, toilet industry, I suppose.
The toilet.
pretty crappy job if you
Ah.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, good. No, that's a good one.
All right.
Yeah, I like that. Sophie joins us now. What's your obscure celebrity connection?
My cousin's wife's niece is Bianca Censori.
That's
who
the
is,
Kanye one we were
Kanye.
thinking.
Yeah, right.
Kanye's wife, yes.
So
Wow.
your cousin's niece, is that what you said?
So my cousin's wife,
Sorry,
Mhm.
yep.
her niece is
Right.
Bianca Censori.
Right,
'cause
and
she's
so-
from-
yeah.
she's from Melbourne.
And what
Yeah.
what do they make of all that? Because it's that thing at the moment you're seeing, Kanye's walking out in a ski mask and this weird oversized leather jacket with big clumpy boots, and then she's wearing fishnet stockings and always has a
Nothing.
shocked look on her face. They're walking out with wild stuff. And do you know what the
Do they
family
talk
make of
about
that?
it?
Are they sort of well, this is a bit weird, or
No, I did have to ask my cousin's
what's her number?
wife about that, but yeah.
Obscure celebrity connections. Come on and give us a call.
Yep, 13 24 10. We love doing this on a Tuesday. Your obscure celebrity connection. Did your year 8 school camp instructor date Margot Robbie's sister? Or maybe your Uncle Duncan sat next to Chris Angel Mindfreak on a flight to Seattle in 2004.
That would be amazing. If you have got one, 13 24 10 is our number. We have got $50 Uber Eats vouchers to give away. So start calling. Steph in Sydney, what's yours?
Hello, I met Jennifer Coolidge, also known as Stifler's mom.
Are you lost?
Yes.
She graduated from my high school, and we invited her to come back at my graduation as a guest speaker, and I got to meet her.
Because she had a bit of a, like, after there's obviously the American Pie stuff and then the White Lotus, when she was like, oh, mother.
Rude Cinderella story, Legally Blonde.
I think that was around American Pie, you know?
Siobhan, what is your obscure celebrity connection?
So when my mum was younger, she used to date Mick Jagger.
No.
What? How old was she and him when they were dating? Do you remember?
She would have been 18, 19.
Yeah, right. And have they got, like, photos and stuff together?
She had one, but then for some reason the house was flooded and it lost.
Sounds like Dad got rid of it.
Yeah, I think so too. Definitely.
Just white-knuckling every time Sympathy for the Devil comes on the radio. Oh, that Jagger had his way with my woman.
Get your hips out of here.
Lisa in Sydney, good evening. What's your obscure celeb connection?
So Jim Jeffries actually once babysat me.
Oh, yeah? And did he tell you some rude jokes?
No, so his mum used to babysit me and then he filled in one time for her. He was actually learning to be an opera singer at the time.
What?
And then a few months later, his mum brought back his first comedy album and she gave it to my brother and she's like, do not let your sister listen to this.
That's crazy.
That's what I love about this segment, and I cannot wait. We've had him on the show before. I cannot wait to get him back on the show, Jim Jeffries, because I never knew he was studying to be an opera singer.
Yeah, that doesn't fit his vibe at all.
Sasha in Melbourne, what's your obscure celebrity connection?
My uncle's accountant is Eric Banner's brother.
Oh, that's good. The Hulk. You're making me angry. That's why. It's so funny that you know that. That's what's so beautiful about this segment. I love that.
Thanks, Sasha.
Perhaps you went to school with a kid whose stepmom used to babysit Ellen DeGeneres.
We are always blown away by how wild these are. 13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you have an obscure celebrity connection.
Mark in Perth, good evening. What's yours?
My fifth cousin is Ash Barty.
Oh, yeah. So that must have been huge for you.
Hang on, fifth cousin.
Yeah, fifth cousin.
Huge. Never
Yeah.
met her.
Oh, no, yeah, no, Mark. But I mean, when she won the Oz Open, I'm sure she was thinking about you and all the other fifth cousins. Like that, that is cool.
Diane in Melbourne, what's your obscure celebrity connection?
It's me personally. I went to school with Matthew McConaughey.
What?
That's not obscure. You just straight up know him.
Why? What, in primary school?
No, he was an exchange student at my high school in 1988.
What school did you go to?
Gorican High School, New South Wales Central Coast.
I don't know if does anybody know about that he went to school here in Australia? I didn't know that.
He's written all about it in his last book.
Oh.
All right.
Did you ever interact with him? Was he a nice guy in school?
Yeah. Oh, it was lovely. Always wore the cowboy hat and the
what the hell?
snakeskin boots.
Oh,
and
dude.
chewing tobacco all the time, yeah.
What?
That's good. He was chewing tobacco. What was he, 8? I mean, I think the fact that it's in his book, you can't argue with that.
Sarah in Melbourne, what's yours?
I'm actually originally from South Africa and used to go to primary school with Nelson Mandela's grandkids.
Wow.
That's big.
These have been outstanding.
These are unreal. Eva in Sydney, what's yours?
Do you guys remember Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream?
Yeah.
Remember her funky costumes?
Nah.
Not as well. Not as well.
All right. There was one particular Playboy bunny costume that Dolly was dressed up as.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my grandma's sister, when we were in America, she used to make a lot of Dolly's costumes.
Wow.
There you go. So your grandma's sister made Dolly Parton's costumes. That's an obscure
That's right.
celebrity connection right there.
And that is why we love doing it on Late Drive with Ben Lehman Bell. 13 24 10. If you have got an obscure celebrity connection, you can always give us a buzz. We love hearing them.
We're always banging on about obscure celebrity connections on this show. We love it when people have a connection to a celebrity in some sort of way. And Ben and Bell, I've been excited to tell you this one. I have an obscure celebrity connection with Baron Trump. Old Beanstalk, the son of Donald and Melania.
The really tall kid?
The really tall. He's like 17, but he's like super tall.
Yeah.
So like the son of the former president of the United States of America. Fake news.
So you're connected to, and in doing so, if you're connected to the son, you're connected to Trump.
Well, this is true. I actually have an obscure celebrity connection with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
All right, do tell you, show your workings.
Okay, show my workings. So this is where it gets confusing normally. So I've said this many times before, but my dad's cousin is married to the cousin of former LA Lakers superstar Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. So that particular woman, her name is Erica, and I was actually staying in Ireland at their house last week, and I was asking about the Kobe thing. I didn't ask for a couple of days, but then I was like, oh, it's so horrible what happened to your family. And
so she was married to Kobe.
No, bro, no.
How was the?
Yeah, can we reset that?
No. So my dad's family are from Ireland. So we
Yes.
went and stayed with family, and
Understood.
my dad's cousin is
Yep.
married to an African American woman
Yes.
from America who now lives in Ireland.
Yep.
Her cousin was Kobe Bryant. So her maiden name
So
is
your
Bryant.
dad's cousin is married to Kobe Bryant's cousin.
Yes.
Yep. So when you say your family, you mean like her cousins?
Well, it's very close for me. That's why the incident hit home a little harder for me than a lot of other people.
Yep.
Anyway, we're very close knit family, and so they lived in Palm Beach in America, and she was like a nanny for the rich and famous. So she looked after Baron Trump. Like she worked at Donald.
Kobe Bryant's cousin.
Yes.
Did.
Yes. So she's
Which
actually
is your cousin's wife's cousin.
You're making it more confusing, Belle. I know what you're doing. It's actually a really close connection, and you're trying to confuse it. But she's actually this one woman has gifted me 2 celebrity connections. One being Kobe Bryant, and now Donald Trump being the other one. So she worked for them, and she said Melania was like a really, really hands-on, like good mother, and the Baron Trump was like quite a nice kid, but she didn't think too much of Donald.
Right. Well, yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's cool.
That's what it is, guys. It's an obscure celebrity connection. And yeah, there's a few hoops, but that's what this is all about. If you're listening right now going, yeah, that's good, but I've got an even better one, 13 24 10. If your dad's old roommate's cousin, had an affair with Russell Crowe, then we'd love to hear about it. 13 24 10 is the number.
Doesn't matter how big or how small the celebrity or how wild the connection is, we would love to get it on the show this morning. 13 24 10 is our number.
Sometimes the more obscure, the better this is. That's what we love so much about the segment. Like, it's such a stretch that you have some sort of connection with this big name.
That's the thing. The more obscure, the better. We'll give our favourite caller some tickets to the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
13 24 10. Melissa joins us now in Craigieburn. Good morning, Melissa. What is your obscure celebrity connection?
Oh, hi, guys. So my mum's friend is the aunt of the Hemsworth brothers.
That's good. Your mum's friend is the aunt of the Hemsworth brothers, and is she close with them? Does she spend much time with all the 3 boys?
Oh, yeah, we've been to all the family barbecues. No, that's a big fat lie. No, she's never met them. But just randomly we were having coffee one day, and my mum's like, oh, do you know this guy? And it was before they were famous.
Yeah.
And it was Liam Hemsworth. And she's like, yeah, like, my friend is his aunt, and she's super proud of how well his career is going now. And I was like, what?
That's not that far removed, though. When you think about it, Mel, that's not that crazy. Like, your mum's friend is the aunt of the Hemsworth.
You're almost as tight as I am to Donald Trump. And, I mean, to think they were like, wow, Liam's career is going so well. Chris snaked him, didn't he?
Yep.
Got him in the end. Chris is definitely the big dog. Darcy joins us now. What's your obscure celebrity connection?
So it's my wife's second cousin was Carl Williams.
Whoa.
Underbelly.
So you're pretty, you're probably, you're kind of tied up in organised crime then, Darcy, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Would have been pretty hard on you when you got killed in prison and whatnot.
All right.
You're so close with it.
Let's keep these coming through on 13 24 10.
Mark in Sydenham, talk us through your obscure celeb connection.
Hello, everyone. My dad's cousin, lives in Perth. His stepdaughter, is married to an AFL player.
That's huge. Woo! Would we know said AFL player?
Yeah, he's a captain of a Melbourne club.
Oh.
And it's Carlton.
Oh, is it Sam Walsh? It's my team. We just had him in.
Paddy Cripps.
Paddy Cripps, the other one,
Yeah,
the co-captain.
yeah.
Still a Brownlow medalist.
Sam's the co-captain.
Yeah,
they're both co-captains.
That's what co-captain means, Bill.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, just explaining footy to Bell over here, Mark.
So, I mean, I don't think we need you to re-explain that. I thoroughly was lost in it. I know that it was like, it started with you and then it went over to Perth and then came back.
Mark, did he call you when he won the Brownlow?
Oh, yeah, no. Like, we don't really stay that much in contact, but I did get to meet him pre-COVID. After COVID, it was very hard to meet him.
It's hard for most families, after COVID. But
Trying to tee up a coffee or something with them during COVID.
Nice, you're close, Mark. Oh, God, I love it. This is why I love this. This is the beauty of this segment.
All right, Wendy in Eltham, good morning. Talk us through your obscure celeb connection.
Hello. My husband coached someone pretty famous. Coached her in basketball and taught her how to drive.
Well, I mean, that's two important skills. I mean, everyone has to know how to drive and play a little bit of basketball.
And so who was it?
Princess Mary.
Oh!
What? Of Denmark, who's back in town, I believe.
Yep, that's the one. So
Yes.
I'm still waiting for the word invite. I think that got lost in the mail somewhere.
Yeah. So your husband's from Tasmania?
He is, yes. And I stole him over to the mainland, yes.
Wow, that's crazy. So, that is actually a very close connection. And do you do you genuinely keep in touch at all or not really?
No.
Yeah, I mean, she's got...
Otherwise, I'm sure we would, yeah.
I don't think that you're not keeping in touch when you're older with your basketball coach and your driving instructor. You know what I mean? Like, that's not someone you send a wedding invite to.
She would remember who taught her how to drive, though. Everyone would remember that.
Yeah, true. So
even though she herself has probably forgotten how to drive because she's getting, ridden around in coaches.
What did your husband do, Wendy, that led him to teach basketball and driving instructor? Like, what did he do for a living?
Same high school, 2 years above, so... Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the same sort of age. Yeah. Do you think they kissed?
Yeah.
You hope not. I like that. It's like, this is how to reverse parallel, and this is how you go deep.
Deep in the paint.
This is how you go hard in the paint, and this is an alley-oop, and this is just make sure you indicate, before you turn.
Also, Bill's eyebrows raised up. He said deep in the paint.
Yeah,
like it's a basketball term.
Yeah, cool.
Like lethal from the elbow?
I didn't know, yeah.
Big
I don't know
in the
what
box?
that means, and I thought you were going to go elsewhere.
Yeah,
after.
no, I had to clarify that, yeah.
Did your colleague's dad coach David Spade in his high school basketball team? Or maybe your cousin's new girlfriend's auntie is J-Lo's dentist? We'd love to hear from you. 13 24 10.
Yep, you can give us a buzz if you got one.
Sarah in Melbourne, what's your obscure celebrity connection?
My connection is actually Johnny Depp.
Whoa, how do we get to Johnny Depp?
So I was like a major fan, and we were speaking about it with my boyfriend at the time, and his sister was dating a sound engineer for Disney, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I know Johnny." And I was like, "How the hell do you know Johnny?" He's like, "Oh, he tends to get his script quite wrong on set for Pirates of the Caribbean, so he has to come into our studios for sound engineering all the time." And I was like, "Give me some hot goss and good stories." And he's like, one time he got his script so wrong that he decided to throw a tantrum and get rid of a whole bunch of sound equipment in the studio. So he's like, we had to send him the bill for that. So,
hang on.
Yeah.
You're telling me that Johnny Depp had a tantrum? Oh,
a tantrum for getting his script wrong.
Don't know if I believe that. I mean, I've never seen anything that would suggest that Johnny Depp could lose his temper.
Kate in Sydney, what is your obscure celebrity connection?
My dog technically met Tom Hanks.
Whoa! Did you call him Wilson or something?
He's called Wilson.
Wilson! No, really?
Yeah. So my uncle works in the film industry, and shortly after he was working with him on the new Elvis movie, he met Wilson through a photo.
Oh, okay. So so the connection is your uncle worked with Tom Hanks and showed him a photo of your dog.
Wilson. Exactly.
Do you know how that conversation came up? Like, why was he showing him a photo of your dog Wilson?
Because he was a new pup at the time, and we told our uncle that he had to show him, and he said, of course I will.
What would Tom say? Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a dog, yeah.
It's called Wilson, I get it. Yeah. Like the volleyball. Yeah.
I remember doing that film 20 years ago.
That's great.
Kate, that is amazing. Thank you so much. Katrina in Brizzy, please tell us about your obscure celebrity connection.
So I actually know what's in Nicole Kidman's head. I took her skull X-ray.
I didn't know where that was going.
You did a skull X-ray on Nicole Kidman.
Yep, she was filming BMX Bandit and she had a crash.
Mm.
And I worked for the maxillofacial surgeon who checked if she had a fracture.
That's outstanding. And how was it? It was all good, yeah?
She was good. She was fine. She just had a really big bruise and a sore jaw.
Cool, she does her own stunts as well.
Very cool.
You know?
Katrina, thank you so much for sharing.
Did your best mate's stepmum do Zumba with Danny Minogue? Or maybe you worked at Macca's with Steve Irwin's nephew. I don't know. These are all possible obscure celebrity connections.
We honestly, hand on heart, love doing this so much because you have such amazing obscure celebrity connections. If you've got one, 13 24 10. Give us a call right now. To kick us off, we got Jess from Sydney. What is your obscure celebrity connection?
So back in the 2000s, my aunt hooked up with Paul Rudd in a random pub in the middle of the city.
Whoa!
Wow!
In a different universe, I could have Paul Rudd as my uncle.
Slap in the best, man. That's an awesome one.
Cool.
Ingrid in Sydney, what's your obscure celebrity connection?
So my dad grew up in Colombia in South America, and his school friend and later on in life friend was Pablo Escobar.
That's the thing, Ingrid. That name came into my head as soon as you said Colombia, but I didn't want to think that. I didn't, I was like, no, Colombia is known for a lot of other things, but it was Pablo Escobar.
Obviously, my family was not into the dodgy stuff.
Obviously.
But he was a pretty cool guy, apparently, my dad says. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, to some he was. To others, he would like cut their head off and that sort of stuff. But, it depends on what side you fell on the Pablo scale.
Caitlin in Melbourne, what is your obscure celebrity connection?
My ex's godfather is Hugh Grant and his auntie is Elizabeth Hurley.
I mean, that's crazy. Did you ever get to meet them?
I met Elizabeth. I didn't meet Hugh.
What was she like?
Yeah. She was actually really lovely. And she's bloody beautiful as well. It's not fair.
That's got to be up there with one of the more wild ones we've ever had because of the name, like the status of the name and then the closeness of the connection.
Yeah, my godfather's Hugh Grant.
All right, let's go one more obscure celebrity connection. Alison in Brizzy, what's yours?
Hi, my mum actually made curtains and other soft furnishings for Chris Hemsworth, but didn't even really connect who she was making them for.
Your mum made soft furnishings for Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, for his Byron Bay house.
That big house, the big mansion. What design? Are we talking like floral or what are we talking?
No, all very modern, Scandi type approach. So, yeah, but very luxurious, of course.
Obviously, when she was doing the quote and she was doing the bottom of the curtain, did he ask how much the hem's worth?
Very clever.
Well, and is your second cousin a dental hygienist who once cleaned Gerard Butler's kids' teeth? Or maybe your stepdad's sister lives on the same street as Venus Williams.
We have got prizes up for grabs. You know what? You mentioned the dentist there, Liam. We've actually got high smile packs to give away.
Nice.
So if you want a high smile pack, 13 24 10, give us a buzz with your obscure celebrity connection.
Well, let's kick it off with Zali. Good evening. What's your obscure celebrity connection?
My grandpa was in the same army group as Elvis Presley.
Whoa! And
God.
that's when Elvis famously had quite a young girlfriend.
We've got all the same uniform. We've got handwritten note from Elvis to my grandparents.
Wow.
One-off photos taken by my grandpa of Elvis.
Dude, that's cool. That's a good one.
Really, really good, Zali.
Not that I'd ever meet Elvis.
Well, yes, though he's dead.
I'd be amazed. Jody in Adelaide, what is your obscure celebrity connection?
My third cousin is Don Bradman. He was my grandfather's cousin.
Whoa! And how's your batting average?
Not very good.
Oh, okay. I thought it ran in the family, mate.
Have you got any cool memorabilia, perhaps a cricket bat?
No, but when I was 10 years old, I wrote to him to say that my grandfather had moved close to where he was living and he never responded to me.
Oh, I would have thought Don would have treated his third cousins a little better than that. That's a bit sad. Monica in Sydney, what's your obscure celebrity connection?
So my uncle's best friend's uncle is actually the original Purple Wiggle. So, yeah.
Jeff?
And was he always falling asleep?
Well, I met him once, and it was at a cafe, and he was wide awake.
You would hope so.
Tali in Melbourne, what is your obscure celebrity connection?
This is more of an Aussie known one, but my grandfather, his name is Ted, and he started Ted's Camera Store.
Okay, so I know Ted's camera store pretty well. Obviously, there's the brown curly hair and the big moustache. Has he got that in real life?
He used to. He doesn't have any hair anymore. He'll kill me for saying that.
And so how is Ted?
He's great. He still loves cameras.
I must admit, I'd be devastated if I found out that Ted went off cameras. Like, if he's, I don't know. I don't really care about him anymore.
13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you have an obscure celebrity connection.
Yeah, we love doing this. 13 24 10 is the number. Maybe your mum's bestie from school used to live next door to Kate Blanchett's grandma.
Yep.
Something like that.
The reason we're doing obscure celebrity connection is because we just had Luke Zocchi on. Now, Luke Zocchi is Chris Hemsworth's personal trainer. Now, that wasn't the first time we had him on the show. We had him on the show about 5 years ago, but the way we got him on the show was so strange because we were walking down the street recording some audio for the radio show, and this elderly woman said, I know Chris Hemsworth, I know Chris Hemsworth. And we said, how do you know Chris Hemsworth? And she said that her grandson is Luke Zocchi, who is Chris Hemsworth's personal trainer.
Yeah. And honestly, we thought she was insane. We thought she'd lost her marbles. But no, she was legit, and that's our connection to Chris Hemsworth. We once saw Luke Hemsworth's PT's grandma at a bus stop.
Yeah, so if you have got an obscure celebrity connection, 13 24 10.
Jacinta in Sydney, what's your obscure celebrity connection?
Hey guys, so my uncle's neighbour is the Flamin' Galah himself, Ray Ma.
Whoa.
Stewart from Home and Away.
Whoa.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Australiana. Yeah, well, I like that. I mean, the more obscure they are, like, everyone should have one. Like, everyone's, like there's a bit of a stretch. My one is that my dad's cousin is married to the cousin of former LA Lakers superstar Kobe Bryant, which is a very good one.
Yeah, have a listen. This is some previous ones we've had in the past.
I used to work with Josh Giddey's dad at Melbourne United.
My cousin's wife's niece is Bianca Sensori.
So my dad said Tyler, and he tiled Ricky Lee's bathroom.
Nova's very own.
What's yours? Is your barber's second cousin Ron Perlman, who played Hellboy? 13 24 10. What is your obscure celebrity connection?
We got a great prize to give away for this one as well for our favourite caller. 13 24 10 is our number. Daniel in Melbourne, what's yours?
So my obscure celebrity connection, I wouldn't more say it's celebrity, more like a historical figure. So we had a dinner one time with my grandfather a couple of years back, and he says that we were related to President Andrew Jackson from America, which I think he was like I can't remember, it was like the fourth or fifth president at that time. And so he would have been like my 15th or 16th great uncle. So. Yeah, from what my grandfather was saying.
And that's the thing, Daniel. Of all the American presidents, Andrew Jackson was one of them.
Absolutely.
I think that's the first time I've heard that name, to be honest with you. It's definitely, it's not a big hitter. It's not an Abe Lincoln.
No, and Jackson is a very common name. It's also my last name, so maybe I'm also related to Andrew Jackson.
That's the beauty, though, of obscure celebrity connections. It doesn't have to be a big star. Rhiannon joins us now in Sydney. What's yours?
So my grandparents used to babysit Peter Garrett.
Whoa! That's a good one. The funny thing about Peter Garrett as a baby is he would have the same haircut.
All right, you can see why we love doing this. 13, 24, 10. It's your time to brag. What is your obscure celebrity connection?
To be fair, his dance moves didn't change much from being a toddler either, did they? Lee, in Melbourne, what's yours?
Hey, my neighbour is in the same classic car club as Kylie Minogue's dad.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. You can hang your hat on that. You know what I mean?
Outstanding. Lucy, in Melbourne, what is your obscure celebrity connection?
My grandmother, who reads tarot cards, read tarot cards for the mother of former AFL CEO Gillan McLaughlin.
Crazy. Can Gil get your grand final tickets if need be?
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
That is peak, Lucy. Thank you so much. Joyce in Sydney, obscure celebrity connection.
Hey, well, mine's about my dad. He was travelling overseas quite a while ago, and he's on a plane with his mate. And they had just been to a concert, a Mariah Carey concert, and had mentioned how fat she had got. And then all of a sudden, the voice comes from a few seats up, saying, "You should be careful who you talk about in public." And it was actually Mariah Carey.
Whoa!
Yeah, pretty slack, but.
Whoa!
So your obscure connection is that your dad was on a plane with fat Mariah Carey.
Yes.
Whoa.
He was being a bit rude.
Wow. Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't think that she was sitting anywhere near you.
Yeah. She
No,
turns
not at all,
around
yeah.
with sorry,
So he
Mariah
went-
Carey.
Sorry. Have a Merry Christmas.
We didn't mean it.
Joyce, thank you so much for getting involved. 13 24 10 is our number. If you have got an obscure celebrity connection, we want to hear about it on this show.
Diane in Melbourne, what's your obscure celebrity connection?
It's me personally. I went to school with Matthew McConaughey.
What? That's not obscure. You just straight up know him.
Why? What, in like primary school?
No, he was an exchange student at my high school in 1988.
Wait, I mean, what school did you go to?
Gorican High School, New South Wales Central Coast.
I don't know if does anybody know about that he went to school here in Australia? I didn't know that.
He's written all about it in his last book.
Oh.
All right.
Did you ever interact with him? Was he a nice guy in school?
Yeah. Oh, it was lovely. Always wore the cowboy hat and the
what the hell?
snakeskin boots.
Oh,
and
dude.
chewing tobacco all the time. Yeah.
That's good. He was chewing tobacco. What was he, like 8? I mean, I think the fact that it's in his book, I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, we believe you, Diane. That's crazy.
Obscure celebrity connections, 13 24 10. Mark in Sydney, what's yours?
My fifth cousin is Ash Barty.
Oh, yeah. So that must have been huge for you.
Hang on, fifth cousin.
Yeah, fifth
So
cousin.
huge. Never
yeah.
met her.
Oh, no, Mark. But I mean, when she won the Oz Open, I'm sure she was thinking about you and all the other fifth cousins. Like that, that is cool. Abby in Melbourne, we're doing obscure celebrity connections. What's yours?
So mine's actually George Michael. May he rest in peace.
Oh,
Okay. How are you connected to George Michael?
So when he was doing a show in Melbourne, my mum's cousin and him actually hooked up.
Whoa!
And out of interest, was your mum's cousin a woman or a man?
A male.
Yeah.
My mum likes to say George Michael's our cousin through grandmothering.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, because I mean, obviously George was famously gay, but I think there was a stage there where he maybe wasn't out, or I don't know.
Yeah. Abby, thank you so much. 13 24 10. We are talking obscure celebrity connections. Sarah in Melbourne, what's yours?
Hey, I'm actually originally from South Africa and used to go to primary school with Nelson Mandela's grandkids.
Wow, that's big.
These have been outstanding.
These are unreal. Jordan, what about you, mate?
Jordan, what's
Hello?
your obscure celebrity connection?
How you going? My uncle is related to the one and only Warwick Cappuccino Kappa.
Up there in airspace, mark of the century.
So related how?
It's his first cousin.
Oh, wow. Do they catch up
And
much?
he said, not as much as they used to, but he reckons he's exactly the same now as he was when they were bloody kids.
Yeah, no, we've had him on the show before, though. He's a real wild card. Eva in Sydney, what's yours?
So, do you guys remember Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream?
Yeah.
What, remember her funky costumes?
No,
not as well. Not as well.
All right. There was one particular Playboy bunny costume that Dolly was dressed up as.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my grandma's sister, when we were in America, she used to make a lot of Dolly's costumes.
Wow.
There you go. So your grandma's sister made Dolly Parton's costumes. That's an obscure celebrity connection right there.
Obscure celebrity connections. Come on and give us a call.
Yep, and if you do give us a call on 13 24 10 with your obscure celebrity connection, we will give you...
We've got 12-month subscriptions to Disney, Spotify, Binge, Netflix, just for giving us a buzz with your obscure celebrity connection.
13 24 10. Is your neighbour's kid's footy coach married to Marsha Hines' sister? Or maybe one of your colleagues' mum is John Bon Jovi's hairdresser. We don't know. Everyone has an obscure celebrity connection. We want to hear yours.
Hayley in Melbourne, good evening. What's your obscure celebrity connection?
My uncle was actually best mates with Vanessa Amorosi's dad, and he came to my 18th birthday party at a karaoke night, and I had no idea he was coming.
Absolutely everybody.
Absolutely
everybody. Yeah, it's not every day you meet Vanessa Amorosi's dad, that's for sure.
Thank you, Hayley.
Vicky in Melbourne, your obscure celebrity connection.
Yeah, so my niece went and did Camp America over in America, and she was a leader. And one of the girls that she was being a leader for lived next door to Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman went to that girl's 16th birthday party.
Wolverine.
My name is Wolverine.
Yep.
That's pretty wild, man. I mean, it's an obscure connection, but it is cool that Huge went to the party. That's for sure. We are doing obscure celebrity connections on 13 24 10. If you've got one, we do have prizes up for grabs. Katrina in Sydney, what's yours?
I am related to Mick Jagger.
Whoa, we had a Jagger one a few weeks back. How are you related to the king?
So my great uncle, my nan's brother, he married Mick Jagger's aunt.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, right. And so do you get backstage if the Stones come down under, or?
I haven't actually met him, but I have heard stories of when he comes to Australia, he takes his family out for nice dinners and things like that. But yeah.
Yeah, nice one, Katrina. Mark joins us. What's your obscure celebrity connection?
My uncle's one of the founders of Microsoft with Bill Gates.
Wow.
Bill Gates.
Your uncle is one of the founders of Microsoft.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And I mean, obviously, Bill Gates has been on and off again like the richest person on the planet. Has your uncle made similar amounts of coin?
Oh, he's got stacks of money, mate. He retired years ago. He flies all over the world these days doing whatever he wants to do.
How did he meet Bill Gates?
Well, you met him in Australia when they did Melbourne University together. They did all the computers and that.
Wow.
And Mark, is he a good bloke? Like if you need a loan here and there, he can shout you a few hundred?
No, he's a little bit tight, mate. He's a bit tight.
Yeah, they always are. They always are, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.